welcome back to Frozen Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be talking about BIOC. My previous video, if you would like to watch it after this one, is in the description below. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help this channel grow, subscribe, and leave your notifications on. We're going to go through technical analysis on this one, and then news, and then how I'll be playing this stock. So we get to see here on the MACD on the 1 day interval, a reversal has been seen on there. It actually is going negative on there. Willing percent R though looks bullish because it is oversold at this point. Momentum is dropping down, so that's a little bit dangerous, and average directional index is at a little bit of a too high level, and usually is signaling it does usually signal a warning sign around this level. Now, in moving averages, the stock price is above the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA, so that is bullish at that point. Stock price 10 SMA is above 30 EMA, that is bullish. Stock price is in the trading action zone, although we can see a reversal here, but once it does cut through there and stays below there, below the 0.82, 0.83 mark, it does miss the trading action zones where reversals are likely between the two bands. So now moving on towards the 1 hour intervals, we get to see an MACD that is curving upwards. It has seen a reversal in aftermarket, although it's a very short one and very kind of short-lived. It doesn't show the same strength as it did in terms of going the downward sign. ADX doesn't show as much, and the billion percent R is putting this one at overbought, and you get to see a momentum here that is choppy. Now, the 200 SMA is climbing up towards the 50 SMA, and it's almost forming a death cross sometime either in the extended market or sometime in the pre-market. That is a very much of a possibility, although it needs to be confirmed because it still has a little bit of a gap between 95 and 92. 30 EMA is above the 10 SMA, which is bearish, but the stock price is currently very much close towards the trading action zone on here. Now, going on towards where the moving averages are, you get to see that it is trading within the moving average band between the 0.76 mark and the 0.93 mark, which is expected for this stock. Now, supports and resistances, and what we get to see here is a little bit of a different story that we get to see in terms of the gap down. This gap has been filled before, and so it's not really a gap down at all, it's just a drop. Where you get to see supports are 83, and then you're seeing 82, 81, and then you're seeing 80 cents, 79, 78, 77, 76, and then 75, 74, and then 73. When it comes to resistances, what we're seeing is 84, 85, and then 87, 88, 89, and then you're seeing 1 at 0.90. So what we're going to do quickly here is going to go through news and then try to identify any kind of catalyst coming up for the stock. Now, on the latest news, what we get to see here is that institutional value has been a little bit mixed on this one. There has been addition for some institutional values here and there, although the main kind of trend seems to be, at least for 3 of these companies, is selling. BlackRock has increased their shares though marginally on Friday. Vanguard has increased their shares, and Northern. So actually the trend is more of adding positions rather than selling. You get to see August has been busy on this. In terms of the 10K report, you get to see that it has seen a little bit of a higher operating loss than last quarter, and you get to see in terms of the total loss is a little bit less than we had in terms of last quarter, so that's positive. The diluted one is 0.05 compared to 0.38, a really nice positive there compared to what you had before, although the number of shares has increased dramatically, almost by 100 million shares, so that's significant there to consider. Now, the next part is on the 8K form. So this is just more of highlights. I'm not going to go through this, but basically, they did have a conference that did conference call at 4:30 p.m. and that was on the 12th of August. So that's already gone through. The next thing we're looking at is, well, this is the 8K. So this is the vote that has happened in terms of the company. Election ratification, so that's all gone. Approval for amendment of restated 2013 equity incentive plans amendment, that has been approved. Nothing here seems to be disapproved, although I do remember that there was a reverse split vote that was happening. Let's just double confirm. So okay, so the reverse split is from 1 to 5 to 1 to 30. They do need to establish there by December 7th to achieve NASDAQ minimum of $1, although that has been quite a bit of while, and I do believe the vote was no on that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's something that they're still considering. The vote has already done on the 31st, so 31st is So it should be in here. Take a quick look. Okay, so I'm not seeing something direct on it in terms of the reverse split, but it does say here, for instance, when it comes towards annual meeting adjourning, no, so it's not on here. Anyway, so that is okay. So it's right here. There were insufficient votes to pass Proposal 4, which sought to approve the amendment of the company's certificate of corporates to effect the reverse split of the company's common stock ratio. Blah blah blah, and then you get to see that the meeting was set to reconvene. When is August 18th, 2020, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. So it is literally tomorrow. Tomorrow's the reverse split vote, and I can kind of estimate that one of two things is gonna happen, based on my experience with different kind of stocks like this one. One, they do get the reverse split vote, and the stock tanks. Two, they would have to reconvene again because there's not enough sufficient votes. So how am I going to play the stock here, looking in terms, knowing that? So you already see on the MACD a negative reversal happening on the 1 day interval. You get to see another thing here happening, that the stock is kind of dropping down. It has a really good support at the 0.83 mark, but it has tested that already. For me, I wouldn't buy it right now. I would consider selling, and I would still wait for a couple of days or so in order to see how this one trades. It has fallen quite a bit down, almost 10% at some point, so I would want to wait and see what happens on this one. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day.